Hello, and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 124. We're back on time this week. It's Monday again. Everything's back to normal and good, because my life feels like it's been really chaotic the past week.
I
And
mean, my life has been
Mine
chaotic.
has.
Well,
I'm not going to say it's all because of the podcast, but maybe it is.
It's because we need the podcast to be Monday or Tuesday, because otherwise it throws off the whole week.
Yeah.
what day is it?
That's
this is
podcast
not the
day.
day it
This
feels.
is Wednesday. Why?
Yeah, we're recording on Wednesday, so that makes it feel like Monday, so now Friday feels like Wednesday.
And
Yeah.
Friday should feel like Friday.
It's a... it's just really impressive that I managed to function last week.
I had 6 a.m. shifts.
How'd that go? How'd a big real world punch to the face? Yeah, I know you talked about it some, but
Man, it was exhausting.
I bet.
Yeah, because I got up at like 3:45 each day.
Ew.
Yeah. It was just an opportunity for me to be able to shower and eat breakfast and get dressed and do anything else. I was like, I need to do this. Yeah, I told other people that, and
Before
they
the
were
crack
like,
of dawn.
why
You're
would
psychotic.
you why would you do that? They were like, I get up like 20
minutes
minutes
before.
before, and I'm like, I don't want to be dead during work.
I mean,
If you get up 3 hours prior, your dead phase is already over.
Yeah,
so like when were you going to bed?
8, 9.
And you were
somewhere in
actually
there.
falling asleep?
I cheated. I used melatonin, but yes,
Ah. Well, at least you didn't use Ambien.
I don't know what that is.
Sleeping pills that sometimes make you don't fall asleep and instead do a lot of really questionable things.
Okay. No, I used melatonin gummies.
Nice. Yeah, Jewel takes melatonin pills. Usually.
I mean, I had to take them early so that they would actually kick in, but yeah. I'll fall asleep once they've kicked in, but there is a waiting period for me to fall asleep once I've taken them.
Mhm.
I would still take him if I wasn't concerned about the nightmares happening again. And out of context,
People
that sounds
have
really
talked about
that sounds
that.
really
I've never
schizophrenic out
had
of
that.
context. I mean, it's not while I'm taking them. It's just like once I
After
start
you
taking
stop.
them, if I stop, then yeah, like the next 3 or 4 days are going to be pretty restless nights. And like, there's no particular reason. It's not like like it's just super vague, like generically horrifying. There's no like, things coming up about my past or whatever.
Your brain has just decided,
It's just like, oh,
hey,
there's a bunch of hell dogs chasing after me now. Okay, or whatever it is. Just something.
Yeah.
Insert scary thing here.
and well, because I think that's what it is like, because your brain, is off, or like it's like more off when you're
More
using melatonin.
More. See, I usually think more on, but
No,
Got 'em.
if you're on anything, what it will do once you go off of it, your brain will finally run through what it
Process.
should have done while you were asleep.
No. I will not accept that. It should have given me nightmares previously.
Not nightmares, but like maybe it was trying to figure something out about a dog, and it was also trying to figure out all these other things, but they all just got stacked on top of each other.
So
Processing power broke.
I end with light dog on fire.
Yeah.
Can't figure it out, burn it. All right. Anyway, that was horrible.
that was an
That was
interesting way to
horrible.
start the show.
Yeah, welcome to the show. Last of Us. Let's talk about Last of Us. That's equally depressing as Dogs on Fire. Last of Us
So,
Part 1 sales jumped up 238% after the launch of the show, which is freaking
which is
nuts.
Not
ridiculous. It's
surprising.
back to full price when these people would have been buying it.
Yeah, they don't care. They want to play the game. They don't care that it, 6 months from now it's going to be back down to $20. They want to play now.
I mean, that's a good point, but I'm just thinking about all the characters look different than their show counterparts. So people are going to be like, what?
Well, of course they look different. They can't make them look exactly
Yeah,
the same.
exactly.
Yeah, those aren't the.
Especially when you started with the video game.
Yeah, true.
Those
True,
aren't the
true.
actors they used to model those characters after.
uh,
Yeah, I watched the first one last week with my roommates, and they were like, "Let's watch this one this week," but nobody's all been home at the same time.
That's how that works.
Yeah, exactly.
mm. Oh yeah. Also, you can Google The Last of Us, and you get a fungal growth takeover thingy happens on your screen.
Yeah,
Interesting. Interesting.
yep. Because the virus in that, or it's not viruses. Well, it is.
It's
The
COVID
zombie plague in that one is uh fungi based.
based.
Is
Yeah,
uh,
I don't know.
I got totally distracted in this opening and went and got reminded of the fact that the Pixel remasters were super limited and sold out again. That still makes me mad. We don't even have anything about Square Enix on the show, I don't think, today.
Now we could talk about how Google Stadia is completely gone and dead.
no, that was the focus of last week, though.
It wasn't. It's the focus of everyone.
Well, we don't have to purposely bring that up. That'll just come up naturally. World of Warcraft video game is to go offline in China following a dispute between the developers and a partner they had in China.
Okay, yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So Blizzard and its local Chinese partner NetEase have been in negotiations since November over renewing their operating contract, but have failed to lead to an agreement. So they literally go offline tomorrow at let's see, midnight local time on Tuesday.
But that's just for the Chinese servers, right?
Yeah. And it's weird. They've been available since 2008 through this service, so it's been like a long running thing.
Yeah. It's weird that it didn't, um, get the thing. Sorry. Brain's
brain is
still
fried.
not. Yeah, brain's still fried from 3 days, so it's trying to
Process what
run.
word you're looking for.
Yeah.
Contract.
Yeah, contract is that word that I was looking for. You hear of disputes like that happening, and it's like, oh, it's only been 2 years. 8 years is long enough that if the main game's still running, it's really surprising to hear, oh, we can't renew this one.
Well, it's not 8 years. It's from 2008. So
Oh, way longer. Sorry, I heard 8 and went, yep, that's the no. I told you, fried.
now
15
look,
years.
I'm gonna
That's
I'm gonna
way
just go
long.
ahead and skip straight to the calculator because we're obviously very bad at simple math on the show.
15. It's 15. But probably closer to 14, depending on when they signed it in 2008.
Um, back in yeah, there's a lot of dates that are conflicting in this, but whatever. Yeah, that's crazy. They said it's not the end, but just a quote temporary unhappy suspension, which is the most bureaucratic, garbled three-letter
I mean, they're not
three
gonna say
word
it's the
anyway.
end if just in case it actually does reopen.
Temporary
actually do.
unhappy suspension.
Yeah.
All right. Mass Effect writer Mac Walters leaves BioWare after nearly 2 decades. Why? Did they say why?
I don't know. I only saw it and went, that's worthwhile about talking about. Because it's like one of the last few people from that section of games.
Row. Okay. Dogs are calm. BioWare. Mark Walters. I'm trying to see. He was
Why
on a career break pursuing a personal goal. That's basically all we know. Cool. Well, at least it's not dramatic.
At least yet.
Yeah.
But,
Wizards of the Coast cancels 5 different video game projects.
That's a lot.
Because they're really going through it right now. It scaled back its ambitions in the industry overall. Still committed to using digital games. And also they had a bunch of drama going on about D&D because Wizards of the Coast is no, they do D&D. That's who those people are.
yep.
Yeah, thanks,
Um,
Hasbro.
So I'm not surprised. The growth at Wizards of the Coast has come alongside financial difficulties at Hasbro, whose shares fell 40% last year, as higher prices led to lower toy sales. And
Dang.
yeah, well, I mean, 5 video game projects that we knew nothing about anyway,
Yeah.
Rip.
and probably weren't going to be good. Did
Mhm.
they? I assume they were in control of. Yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance game that came out. Everybody was excited for it, and it was bad.
Mhm.
So not surprised. Ex Halo Infinite developers criticize incompetent leadership at Microsoft. I'm not. I mean, I'm not shocked. Uh, it. I did realize that basically the whole reason Microsoft's laying off employees is because they're trying to fix their stock price. So, thanks corporate soullessness. Screw all the
Yay.
people. Screw the people. I need my stocks to
But
go back up.
stock gotta go up.
Yeah, numbers got to go up.
Number go up.
All right, Collector's Corner. Usual stuff. Cooper, you kick us off since you've been gone.
All right. So I've been playing quite a bit. So I've been playing a couple of games. I've been playing Speedrunners, Splatoon 3, Super Meat Boy, Minecraft, and I'm starting on the NSO for the SNES, and I'm playing through Super Mario World and Yoshi's Island right now on
Why
there.
aren't you playing the best NES game?
What?
A Link to the Past.
No, bro. Later. What? Because that shit
Hey,
don't
get
never
off my
stop.
man for going with Super Mario World, okay? That's a perfectly good SNES game, and you shut your mouth.
Because like
He'll get to Link to
he
the
that,
Past
plans
when he gets to it.
he plans
exactly.
100% it. Super
Yeah,
Mario
that would be
World.
fun.
See, yeah, I can definitely agree that 100%ing Mario World is going to be more fun than Link to the Past.
What
Oh, yeah.
the?
At least for me, anyway. That's just going to be a more fun experience because Zelda 100%ing and basically any game is stupid and bad. Mario's just like, haha, complete all the levels.
I actually
Yeah.
disagree.
I figured you
I'll
would. I
give
mean,
you
not
the.
everybody's going
I'll
to.
kind of give you the 3D ones because a lot of the things in those can be tedious. Okay, it depends. We're gonna ignore Minish Cap because it's 100% is also tedious. But like most of the 2D ones are not that bad at 100%. They're actually pretty short to 100% them.
A lot of Zelda 100%ing just feels like fetch quests and checklists and like
Yeah.
not fun. That's my
That's what
problem with it. It's like,
that's
oh,
what
you
makes
missed a
Majora's
one.
Mask the best one because that's what they understood. They were like 100%. We're gonna just do a bunch of cool stories then.
Yeah. um, but oh yeah. So why SNES Online? You just feeling it?
Yeah, pretty much. And like, it's nothing like insanely like hard or stuff that I gotta remember. Like, if I need to take a long break for school or anything, I'm able to because it's not like story based or anything.
Yeah, that's
Really.
another thing. Mario World is simple. You can just next level, but you get halfway into Link to the Past and then stop for 3 months. You're screwed.
I wouldn't know where I am.
Well, yeah, because you've played it enough
Yeah.
to know where everything is. But
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Kirby games you'd be okay on. Super Mario World you'd be okay on. Earthbound probably not. Super
no,
Metroid no. Uh Donkey Kong you'd be okay on because again it's level based.
yeah, it's just a platformer. F-Zero.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Um.
And Yoshi's yeah, okay.
At the minute, no.
All right.
I'm just chilling on a few. Yeah.
Alex.
Yes. Okay, I played Mass Effect a bit more. Um I'm still liking it, but I was just trying to do all the little planets to level up more, and I think that's way more boring for that game than the actual interacting with the characters and story.
Yeah, like the whole reason why people like Mass Effect.
Yeah, exactly. Not the let's go explore like this is No Man's Sky. And then I've played a lot of Fire Emblem Engage. Uh, let's see. I got to see what my first paycheck would be and how much we go to rent, and I cry.
Yay, Alex is suffering with us now. Yay.
Yeah,
Yay.
Yay.
So fair.
I'd be. It's fine, but I don't know. It's way different,
It's not fine.
especially
We're gonna be honest, it's not fine, but it is what it is.
especially the first time administration fee.
Oh, that's BS.
Yeah, exactly.
I freaking hate fees for anything. Why is that not in the price? Why are you charging me externally?
Yeah,
Makes me feel
yeah.
stupid. I have to pay a $1 fee for using direct deposit for paying my rent. The only way I can get away with not having to pay an additional
Oh,
fee for my rent
same
is
for
to
my
give them a
loan.
check. If I walk
One
to
of
the
Mhm.
office with a check, they will not charge a fee. But since I'm doing something that makes it easier for the main office to get my money, then I have
They
to
hate
pay
you.
more to give them my money.
one of my loans has that where it's
True.
$1 for me to give it to them easier.
So stupid.
Um, I don't know. It will be better-ish once. So I'll have 40 hours this week, which will be better. Kinda. It will be tiring, but
Oh yeah, well it won't be like your first, first check's always smaller.
yeah.
Hmm.
Also, the administration fee will be out, so it will be a higher number, but I probably also won't take a look at what the number is if I didn't live at Flamingo.
I got or at work we got a newsletter about the company's financial compensation ideology, i.e., the
Mm.
reason for all their BS.
Yeah.
Uh, and at the last the last line in the newsletter was, "Stay tuned for the next one where we'll talk about why we don't pay overtime." And We're like, oh, that's going to be a popular newsletter. I bet everybody wants to see that reasoning. Go ahead, tell us.
That is
While inflation
Yes.
goes up by 12%, so I get
Yeah.
here's your 3% merit bonus, but you're actually making 20,000 less than you should be. Haha. I hate the
loser.
economy. I hate the economy.
I hate the economy.
I hate the economy. I hate the economy.
Correct.
Anyway.
I've bought several things.
Oh boy.
I went into the cast area only in cast connections and bought 100th anniversary merch, a pin, and a cup.
Nice.
They both say cast only on them, which is cool. And I bought Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden and Hogwarts Legacy.
Man, just laying it on.
Yeah, but Hogwarts Legacy I bought almost completely in cash. The only thing for that purchase was $6 on my card.
Nice.
So that one made me feel better because it looks like it was $6
Yeah.
for the.
Yeah, just play games
True,
with
true,
yourself.
true.
What else?
Let's see. I don't know. I had 4 days of work and I crashed like 4 back-to-back days and I crashed basically after each one. The first one I didn't have to crash after, but I had to crash early for that. I had to go to bed early for that one because it led into the 6 a.m. ones.
Yeah, this is starting to sound like when Cameron first joined the program, and there was like a string of like 3 or 4 weeks where Cameron's like, I have again not done anything because I am dead.
Hey, I played
That's
2
true.
games.
Yeah,
I
it's
played-
impressive, but also this is just your training week. This is still training. So
I'm still training.
yeah, we'll see.
No, I'm still training. Like everybody else is like, I'm done training. No, I have twice as many training days as everybody else
Why?
because of where
Because
I
there's so
am.
many sections
Oh,
Yeah.
that you can possibly do.
gotcha. Is that it?
Yes, I think so.
Sick.
I don't think I'm forgetting anything. It's just one of those
One of those.
weeks. Yeah.
All right,
I
Cameron,
don't know.
hit me.
So I have played Splatoon 3, obviously.
Oh yeah.
It's
Sorry, I
almost
forgot
like
to
I've
mention
been playing it every day since launch.
Splatoon. I also played a little Splatoon 3 with my boy Kyle.
I think you actually mentioned with Kyle. Okay. Yeah.
And then Kirby 64. I
Dude, I was playing Kirby 64 not too long ago.
yeah,
I had
I'm
to take a break
on
though.
Shiver Star now. It's getting all the
If you
random
want to
things
do
they
the
want
boss
for
fight, you got to
you
get
have to
all
get
of them.
everything. Yeah.
Yep.
And making sure you have the power ups. Dude, I have been abusing save states because some of those power ups, it's like, oh, you have to bring it from another level. Cool, thanks.
I mean, just look it up before you start
yeah,
it.
Every
it-
time though.
I mean, there's
I mean
good enough
it's
guides for that
faster.
game.
Yeah, it's not like the game isn't 20 or almost 30 years old at this point. So
Yeah,
it.
true.
I mean, I'm almost. How many worlds are there? 6?
There's
7?
6 plus the final boss fight that you need to have collected all of the
Oh, shards for right.
shards,
hmm
or you don't
I
get to do it.
I'm almost there then. I got or I went to UPS and picked up my copy of Fire Emblem Engage. I have not been able to play it yet because I'm going to record it, and obviously I can't do that with the podcast since I was only able to get it today. Uh, what else did I do? I went and picked up the pass holder jumbo magnet. That was a good use of time because I also got Festival of the Arts pass holder pin and the Disney 100th Visa card holder pin. We did wedding stuff all week. That was something. I got to eat cake.
Huh.
I like
Got to
the
eat
cake.
cake.
I was there for the food tastings.
Yeah,
That's
babe, I
what I
love you. It's
determined.
shit, whatever the fuck. Shut up. Let me eat this cake real
I
quick.
I was there for the food tastings.
Cameron, what do you think of
I
these
was not
flowers?
needed.
Cake?
Are they cake? No, my opinion's not going to matter then. Yeah, because we did go to a floral shop. Well, we went to two. The first one was not good. He would not give us prices for anything. He kept being like, "This is what it'll be on the high side," and just like, "Do you know the
That's how you
prices of your
know not
business?"
to use them because
Mm,
that's how you know their money's probably really high or their
That
cost is really high.
mm.
that's
But
actually the price though. If he's like, this is what it will be on the high end, that's what you should expect the
well,
price to
he
be.
also kept asking for a budget, and it's like you don't ask for a budget before the proposal. Like, you're just going to match the budget. Duh.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that part makes sense. Saying like I have this much money that I want to spend on food,
Hmm.
um, and like obviously give them that, go over it, be like, this seems like a lot. Can we do like whatever?
Mm. We went to
It's kind of a
food
starting off
tasting.
point.
We went to food tasting on Friday. It was good. It was a lot of food. We had the entrees and salads and like 8 plates of meals, which I have photos of on my phone. I got Marth, so down to 14 before I have all of them without any of my siblings being counted.
I mean, we're not gonna let you have that title ever, but
Yeah, for real.
Guys, he has to get Mega Yarn Yoshi. I'm not concerned about him getting all of them.
I'm not concerned either because there's a ton of them that he's never gonna have. All those special editions,
Uh,
all those
Those
championships he didn't win, all those tournaments he didn't win.
L.
the problem's
Like
not
the
the
people who are
tournaments. The
like,
problem's that I
I own
didn't
every
win.
Switch, but they don't own the deluxe one. They don't, or they don't own the dev kit, and they don't own the Lavo champion.
Look, if I had the money, you don't think I'm gonna own
Look,
the 20
I'll do it
special
again.
editions? Oh, but yeah, it was an interesting trip.
Man, I don't know
11 hours is a long time to drive, though.
if Cameron needs to enter the lottery, then if he would buy Amiibo with lottery winnings.
No. House,
Correct.
student loans.
No, student loans is first. Get out from under that pile.
If I pay for student loans first, all I can afford is a cardboard box.
That's not true. It
Depends on how much I win.
Yeah.
No, bro, just don't pay him. Like every
Just
billionaire
don't
ever.
pay them. Brilliant.
That's how your co-loaners get called. And
Yeah.
When the
Uh,
debt collector parentheses skinwalker walks past my decorative flamingo in the yard parentheses filled with tannerite. All right. Let's see. For me, okay, I got a second. I managed to get a second Corin that is now up there on the shelf, which I've redone as a talking point. And then I also got a second Sephiroth while I was at it because I feel like this one's gonna be super rare. So I have one in the
yeah.
box. And luckily,
So
I didn't open the first one I had because this box is screwed up. Thanks spy bubble mailer.
Yeah. So
Uh,
if Sora gets released, are you gonna buy 2 of him?
We'll see.
It'd be the same situation.
Yeah.
Probably.
He'll 100% be the same situation.
Um, and then I finally got my limited run games in that I bought like a month ago, because they were having a huge New Year's sale and trying to clear a bunch of stuff out.
Mhm.
I didn't see it until it was too late, but they had extra copies of Golf Story, and I so would have scalped those. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I so would have scalped those.
If you start scalping, I'm giving you a roll.
I, there's not many things I would scalp, but Golf Story I would so scalp. I didn't notice it was too late, but anyway,
I
I
mean, you should have told me they had a sale. I mean, it's best you didn't because I actually probably would have bought something.
they had some good stuff there.
Yeah, but there's some every once in a while there's like a game I'm like, ooh, I like that game.
Um, so I got Tetris Effect Connected, which I've played before, but it's cool they made a Switch physical version, and then I also got Return of the Obra Dinn, which is like a really good indie game. And this is part of the actual limited run game series, so it's got a bunch of stuff in it. And so those came in today. I won my first auction on Buyee.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah, that
so that
dude,
was
those
exciting.
buy auctions get
What did you
whacked.
buy on Embly? Buy.
What did I
Nimbly.
buy on Imbly?
Yep.
That's a good question. I bought
I
a.
just won the auction. I don't actually know what was in the auction.
Well, I won an auction on Buyee. I didn't bid for anything on Imbly.
Okay.
But on Buyee,
Yeah.
I got a complete inbox PSP 2000 model, neon orange, which is a
I was
Japan
about to
exclusive
be like,
color.
but why? But then you said neon orange, and I was like, okay, understandable.
Yeah, so I wanted now that I'm like starting to actually appreciate the PS Vita, I was like, okay, I want one that's in box for display. I want the 2000 model because now I know what the one that like I want to be able to understand that difference. And also, I might as well buy one from Japan because it's definitely going to be cheaper, and I'm going to get more color options. And it's
Wait, is this a 2000 Vita?
yeah,
I thought my mind jumped to 2000 model PSP because mine's a 3000
mm,
PSP.
no, it's a 2000 PS Vita, uh, and neon orange.
Got
I
you.
jumped around between red and orange, or getting like the green/white version. And like Japan had so many different colors that
Oh
we
yeah,
didn't
they
get.
had a bunch. But you know what? I mean, you don't own the coolest PlayStation handheld, Grant. The Hannah Montana PSP.
Of course. I thought about getting the Minecraft one, but it seems like a lot of collectors do that, and I just,
I can see it.
like I love Minecraft, but I don't want to get the one that everybody's getting because that's not really interesting. I've
Right.
seen so much about it already. I'd rather get one that nobody talks about, but it's still like an interesting color.
Yeah.
So I thought about
Like
that
the
one.
orange.
Yeah, I thought about the Persona 4 Dancing All Night edition, but as much as I
Oh,
love that game, I've only played like 3 songs, so I need to kind of hold my horses on that. And also, that one's much more expensive than anything I was looking at to spend.
what's
Actually,
it running for?
um, the Japan ones are probably like over 200. The
That's about what
my
you can buy an American PSP or Vita for, so.
but well, if you buy it in America, then it's gonna be closer to $400.
So,
I paid 130 for a complete inbox orange one from Japan. That probably would have
okay.
been closer to 200 here,
Got
and
you.
they don't even make that color here. So
Vita Slim, and then it's done like the opening of Persona 4 Gold with all the
yeah,
colors. Okay. And there's Teddy.
so yeah. Well, it got to the warehouse today actually, so they should be shipping it over here soon. That'll be exciting to get.
Wait, don't you have to tell them to ship it?
I did,
Ah,
but yes, you're correct. You do have to tell them. Um, in terms of games I've been playing, I've played a lot more zombies with a couple of my friends up here. Um, that's been really fun to go back through. I when I redid my uh shelf topper a couple days ago, I realized that having my PS1 with the screen and everything up there is kind of stupid. So I took it off. I'm still trying to figure out a better thing to do with it, but since I took it down, I've been messing with it, playing with it a lot the past couple days. Harvest Moon and Namco Museum, and I'm rekindling my playthrough of Final Fantasy IV that I had on my SNES when the cartridge screwed up and lost my save, and I feel a lot more confident playing it on the PS1 because the memory card probably won't lose the data like the cartridge would.
Right.
Especially if mine has potential problems. So slowly rekindling
that's
that.
true.
And then also playing like Ridge Racer and Gran Turismo 2, Crash Bandicoot. You know, just a bunch of classic PS1 stuff. Been messing around.
Understandable.
I was about to ask you if 4 is the actual one. And yes, 4 didn't have weird naming. I mean, it did, but it was called
Final Fantasy
2.
2 on the SNES.
Y-
Yeah,
yeah.
but actually Final Fantasy 4.
Yeah, actually Final Fantasy 4. But you said 4, and I was like, 4 wasn't. My
Yeah,
mind was like, was it 6? No, because 6 was.
3.
Yeah, I
I
think.
hope you're taking notes. There will be a test. Yeah, I've given up. I've
Yeah.
given up on English nomenclature for series like that because everybody else has to.
It's 1 to 6, and they put them back to being 1 to 6 in English as well.
Yeah. So if you say Final Fantasy 2, I'm not thinking of the SNES game.
Exactly. You're thinking of. If you want to say Final Fantasy 2 and mean the SNES one, you better also be like the one on SNES.
Yeah. Or be like IE Final Fantasy 4 or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And to Tidbits. Cooper, you got any stuff for Faye?
Hang on.
Hold on, let me Google it real quick.
Yep. Basically.
We'll circle back while you're looking that up. Forspoken reviews are out and they are mid. Forspoken.
This is the PlayStation exclusive game that they promoted at like every thing for the
Oh,
past
it
2
literally
years.
comes out tomorrow. Yeah, 68% on Metacritic, 6 out of 10 from IGN. Gaming Nexus is the only person or only reviewer so far to give it above an 80, and they gave it a 95. That seems kind of steep.
Are they the one that said this is the best game ever played?
They said Forspoken is absolutely fantastic with all the spells you can unlock, the gear you can upgrade, the fights, the bosses, and a storyline that rivals the best video game stories. This
Yes.
isn't a return to
Okay,
form
I
for
actually
Square
saw
Enix.
that
It's a testament
review.
that they still got it and will have it for a very, very long time.
As where every other review is like the story is garbage. There's
Yeah,
just
Garbo.
Gaming
like
Nexus straight up was like, all right, yeah, we'll take your money, Square Enix. We'll be nice.
yeah, please send us another game.
Check,
Please send
please.
us another paycheck, please.
It's like like Breath of the Wild. They got like a 2 out of 10 from somebody. That's
Yeah,
what this.
so the 80
This is the opposite.
the second highest one is a score of 80 from Tierra Gamer that says you can spend hours completing spell challenges, exploring dungeons, fighting enemies, and activating altars to upgrade your powers, but that fun is often held back by the story.
My favorite review is Forspoken comes out of the leaping into 2023 and falls flat on its face with boring combat and a terrible main protagonist. And the review is rent it.
Yeah, here's a Metascore of 40 Where Forspoken should have been a striking and appealing fresh start for Luminous Productions, the end result is sadly a game not only bland and unpolished, but deprived of a reason to care for its unfolding mystery. Jeez, man, just roast him, why don't you? Let's see, I want to go down to the worst review.
That's not a very high list.
Oh,
I feel like.
that literally was the worst review. I mean, there's two other
Gotcha.
reviewers that gave it the same score of 40, but it's listed at the bottom. What's the IGN review say?
They say Alex is choking to death.
Yeah. I'm fine, I think.
I don't know about that.
Forspoken's flashy combat and parkour can be fun, but they aren't enough to make its cliche story and bare bones open world very interesting to explore. Cool. So bad. Wow. Shocker.
Yeah.
I wonder why I never knew about that game happening.
Sounds like it's bad.
This
It
is
was
why I
actually
hate paying
delayed a
attention to
few
games before they
times.
came up. Wow, they delayed it, and this is what we got?
Yeah.
Thanks. Great.
But the way that Square is working right now concerns me, at least partially, for Kingdom Hearts 4.
No, it will be fine. It depends on who's in charge, but Nomura will be in charge of Kingdom Hearts, so it will be the same. If you like Kingdom Hearts, you'll like 4, most likely. But they've got so many heads over there.
Heads?
Like people, they're like, here, you
Department heads.
run a video game you run this project you want to do, and it's like kind of obvious some of them don't know what they're doing.
Or
I
know
love
what they
that.
want to do.
Yeah.
Yuri Lowenthal says Insomniac Games are confident that they'll make the late 2023 release for Spider-Man 2. Quote, I can't really talk about the game much, but I will tell you that it's astonishing.
He's the voice actor for Peter.
Ah. Interesting.
That's a pretty good source, I would say.
Yeah, I
Oh,
forgot
yeah,
that they were
that's
trying to get that game out this year.
Yeah, I'm excited if they do, though. Since the worlds won't change much, it could easily be like Yakuza. My one thing they need to add back, though, is there were some things in the DLC, like in the world, that weren't in Miles, and they need to fix that. I'm trying to avoid spoilers because Cooper hasn't played them, but wants to.
All right, Coop, you got any face stuff?
Yes, a few things. So we got a Hall of Forms with people. What game is that?
I love
They're
people.
Fate's characters.
Thank you. With Fate's characters, we got a special banner with a bunch of mainline hero and heroines, which is really cool. And you're able to choose one of 12 for free. And right now we're getting a lot of engaged units and just stuff for it in game.
Nice. Let's see. Resident Evil 2 brought survival horror to a whole new level 25
Oh,
years ago
yep.
today.
Not today, but since we last did this was a tweet thing
It's
they
25
put
years
out
old
for,
now.
Yeah, Resident Evil 2 is 25 years old.
Yeah,
Good
thank
for
you to all of our fans who
Congra-
have enjoyed RE2 over the years, from first day rookies to seasoned survival horror veterans. You know, interestingly enough, that was actually one of the few games I didn't want to play on my PS1 while I've been messing around with this, because I don't know if you ever tried to play an OG Resident Evil game, but they're
I have.
hard
I've played
and not fun.
1 and 0, at least somewhat in both. And I can't stand tank controls. I don't want to play with them. I want pretty graph.
Yeah,
Well, no, that's not fair. 1 and 0 are actually really pretty, but they cheated to do that.
yeah.
They did the Donkey Kong thing.
Hmm.
So all of it was pre-rendered before they put it in the game. So they both are really pretty, but that doesn't change the fact they have tank controls.
Yeah, that camera angle thing,
Then yeah,
fixed cameras.
yeah. At
Fun.
Zero, you're playing two characters at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Factorio price increased from $30 to $35. Why?
Rip off. I don't know, but
Is inflation
it
that bad
did.
that the thing you already made is not? It's already there. You already uploaded the file like forever ago.
Yeah, that's pretty old.
Yeah, this is not like Minecraft where they've raised the price over the years from I think the lowest was like 20 or 15.
I mean, has Factorio
But
just gotten that crazy?
I don't think so.
I think that's on my Steam wish list actually. It's still $30 on Steam. Shit, I guess I should buy it. Let's see what the update page looks like.
Raises price after 7 years without a sale. Apparently, it's never had a sale.
Yeah, I know. I've checked every time there's been a Steam sale because I really want this game.
Yeah, will increase in price next week to account for inflation.
What?
What the
Bro?
heck? You're a digital game.
And you've already made the money. You made the product.
Well, it seems like
Wait,
they're still
wait.
growing it a lot. There's been updates at least once a month
Okay,
for the
that's
past 2
better.
years.
That's more like
Since
Minecraft.
December of 2020, there's been an update or two every month,
Turns out,
including
no,
like
it's
up to now.
been on sale the whole time. The correct price is $35.
Yeah,
Wow.
god damn. And now I kind of want to buy it. But also I don't want to No. I also struggle with inflation, and me pissing away $30 more isn't going to help with
True.
that. Ugh. Okay. Switch owners. Oh yeah, this is the one about the pet fish that was streaming on Twitch. So a guy set up a thing where his fish could move a camera tracker around and click buttons on his Switch to play through Pokemon Scarlet, but the game crashed or something, and the fish ended up on the eShop and added a bunch of money to his account.
He added $5.
Which, I mean, for a fish, that's a lot of money.
Yeah. It
For
says
something not
500
actually.
yen. That's $5.
Do you remember how much $5 was when you were like 8?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that fish right now.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't want to rob my parents' bank account entirely, but
$5.
$5 is $5.
I'm sure they've got at least like 12. That is fascinating.
I'm surprised he didn't have it like where you have to enter a password to get into the account.
Hmm.
You know,
Maybe he didn't want to deal with that, but like if I had something set up like that, I would 100% have the password thing
Yeah, if my
turned
card's
on.
saved, I'm gonna have my password on.
Well, didn't it say the fish bought it with PayPal?
Oh, what?
I'm not really sure.
Smart fish.
Smart fish. That's all I'm
Is
hearing.
smart fish or monkey on a typewriter?
Both?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 second seasons delayed. Oh no!
That's
Everybody, Q scare, Q fear, horror.
Or
Thanks, appreciate that.
ah.
Wow, what an effort we had there. So yeah, that's
Ah!
happening.
Sorry, late reaction.
Sorry, what were we talking about? I saw a spider. Um, 40% of game developers supposedly have to deal with player harassment, and honestly, I'm surprised it's only 40%.
Yeah, that's really low. We gotta crank those numbers
Good
up.
going, guys. Let's shoot for
I
50.
mean, I mean, let's put it like this: you don't want to get harassed, get off Twitter, the cesspool of
Definitely.
the internet.
True.
Or
S-
be like the Bayonetta director and just block everybody who responds to you.
yeah, tweet slightly misogynistic stuff, and then just turn off your replies and block anybody that talks to you. True Giga Chad. I'm not here to talk to anybody. I'm here to spread misogyny.
That is what he does.
This dude saw Twitter and was like, "Aha,
Finally,
my the path is clear now.
my reach.
My reach, my people."
I mean, if that's what you want to do, then Twitter is the place.
Super Nintendo World Hollywood has started its media and cast previews. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Nintendo
PUBG
Land,
and
the Completionist, and a bunch of others like them have gotten to go in, and I'm jealous.
Yeah, I can't believe PVG got an invite to go in. That's pretty cool.
I mean,
It's got to be because he's over there, right? He's on that side of the country, so they're like, yeah.
I guess.
well,
And he makes a
he's
lot of
also worked with
generally
Nintendo, right?
yeah.
I forget that,
And
yeah.
he's like generically friendly, so
Yeah, true. And then he posted a video on Instagram of shooting Toad.
good old PVG.
And then, yeah.
Game Freak says that Pocket Horse Jockey is on the table to come to Switch.
No clue
Dude,
what that is.
It's their game they made for 3DS.
Oh,
It was one of those
good.
games that
In this
I don't know.
fast-paced mashup of solitaire and horse racing,
No,
you'll
this is one of the
jockey
games
your way
that
to
caused us.
victory by clearing cards to energize your horse. Okay. It's also
This
on
is one
mobile.
of the games that cost us. Oh, it just released on mobile. That's why this was a new conversation. But this cost us Pokemon Z.
Pokemon
What?
what?
Z. So
Oh, yeah, okay. Really? That's the reason why we didn't get Z?
It was games like that and
Because of the solitaire horse racing game?
Solitaire Horse Racing and the Elephant game, I think.
I'm
like
mad.
because they didn't want to
What do you mean
just
the
do
elephant
Pokemon.
game? There's no like checkers elephant game? Mancala elephant?
I don't remember what it's
Do I want to
called.
play Mancala elephant or solitaire horse jockey?
Game Freak made a game and released it on the other console.
They made a game? Because
Yeah.
this is not a game. This is solitaire
I mean,
with horses.
well, let me ask you this: what do you think of Town?
what?
Oh,
You call
wait, Town was
the game-
also one of those. I think
a game?
I think
the
Town
game
was
they
also
made
on
called
that board.
Town.
Little Town Hero.
Yeah, it was Town unofficial title, and it was Little Town Hero.
Town working title.
If it doesn't have Parcheesi or something in there, I'm not interested.
It shows why Game Freak is only known for Pokemon.
Yeah,
They
because
can't
you
anything
make
else.
okay, no, we cannot leave. We
Garbage.
cannot leave solitaire horse racing. This is why. That's the one reason. Forget Little Town Hero, Elephant Game, whatever. Or yeah, let's go with Elephant Game. This is also the reason. What the hell is Elephant Game?
I don't remember.
This feels like something JonTron should be making fun of. Solitaire horse
Timbo,
racing. That's
the
gonna keep me up at night.
badass elephant.
Oh, that's what it was. It was the badass elephant.
The badass. Oh my god.
Timbo.
His name's Timbo?
Yes. Hold on, I'll post the image of its title screen apparently.
Oh no, dude. I made a mistake of. Oh, I haven't even looked at this. Oh, good. Timbo the badass elephant.
It
Am I awake right now? Is this real? Did I take melatonin? I think I might have taken melatonin.
it kind of looks like Gumball.
Yeah, or like chowder.
Or,
Yeah,
yeah, Chowder.
100%.
Gumball's the one that keeps ending up on my Instagram feed for some reason.
Because Gumball's cursed. And speaking of cursed, I clicked on the Nintendo page for Pocket Card Jockey Horse Solitaire. Uh, after you get a dozen races under your belt, you can retire your horse. A sad moment for any jockey. However, you can relocate your horse to your very own farm and pair them with other retired horses to breed.
Game
New
Freak.
ponies, ... that are completely adorable. Eventually, these babies will pony up by maturing into horses that you can ride in competitions for prizes. You can get the items at Chirp Shop, such as puzzle pieces or temporary bonuses. Do you buy the breeding equipment from Chirp too? Okay, so not only do we have Horse Solitaire, but it's also Horse Solitaire Breed.
Good.
What was going on? Who did this?
Who approved
Game
that?
Who
Freak.
did this? Somebody
Freak.
did this.
That iconic
Okay,
Pokemon
Reggie had to look at this
dev.
at least once, right? He had to look at this at least once and be like,
Somebody
incredible.
approved this.
I know who did it. It's that iconic Pokemon dev. This is why they only make Pokemon.
I'm really,
and they have
yeah, I'm just at
problems
a loss.
making that.
Well, why don't you make anything other than Pokemon? Well, give him the link to Pocket Card Jockey, and you have them read
Or
a part
Little
about the
Town
breeding.
Hero. Dude, and the thing is, Little Town Hero is in the scope. It's an RPG, technically.
Is there breeding in it?
It might be. It's Game Freak. I think it's a requirement.
Yeah, the freak part of Game Freak isn't a joke. A Dreamcast game dev kit was on sale on Mercari Japan earlier. Oh yeah, you found this.
Yeah.
Speaking of things I found that were Dreamcast related, I found a fully in-box Dreamcast controller that I have. I put it on display because I really don't know what to do with it. I don't have a Dreamcast. I guess when I sold everything, I sold the Dreamcast but kept the in-box controller for some reason.
Amazing.
Maybe I should bid on this dev kit.
Yo,
It was already $6,000.
Whoa.
Maybe I'm
Close
not
to
gonna
the
bet
bro.
on the dead kit.
Win the lottery, then you can bid on it.
I'm
That's
thinking
your
you can just buy
solution
it
to
outright.
everything.
That's a good solution. Look,
It's a
money makes the
great
world go round.
solution.
Say what?
It's a great solution.
Money makes the world go round. The lottery
Numbers
is
go up.
winning money.
Yeah, everybody at work was freaking out when the Powerball hit $1 billion or whatever.
Yeah, it's at 1.3 right now.
Yeah, and everyone's just rushing to go to the Tennessee border to buy tickets because Alabama's stupid like that.
You can
Yeah,
make
I
so much money.
generally don't understand why Alabama doesn't have it.
Dude, it'd be so good for
They're
We
afraid of
voted
the
in,
attic.
and then people are like, no.
What if we don't
I
make
think
that
we've
money?
talked. I think we've
What if
talked about this
Tennessee,
before.
Florida miss?
We
Wait,
complain about this like every year on the
People that
show.
hate, people that want the lottery don't really care, but people that don't want it really, really don't want it. So
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
huge voting discrepancy there. That's the main problem. Way more people support the lottery than don't, but a lot of people that
They
support the
don't
lottery don't
vote.
really care. Yeah.
I mean, if you just do it smart, it's fine. You just can't do it like was it wait, is it Florida that it's all tied in all the school stuff is tied into the lottery? Or is that Georgia?
So I can't remember which one is which, but the first state that did it was like, okay, we'll use the lottery money to fund the schools, and then took away their main funding. And then the other state
Yeah,
was like, okay, we're gonna do what they did, but we're not gonna take away the base funding.
yeah, I don't remember which is which though.
Yeah, me neither.
And I don't care enough to look.
Yeah, but one did it way worse. Like
Mhm.
they shouldn't have done it like that. Because the lottery only makes money when the number gets big enough.
When the number goes up,
Yeah.
numbers go up.
But when it's like the base lottery number, people aren't really entering. Because they're like,
Yeah.
if I win that, what do I get? 500
Nothing.
bucks?
You're like
Yeah.
$1,000. I mean, that's cool and all, but it's like, you know, now $1 billion,
A, a bajillion dollars. I'll take
$4
one,
billion.
That's right.
Yeah, like never gonna work again. That's a huge selling point.
And we wonder why gambling addiction exists. Life is
Oh,
Strange
yeah.
2 coming to Switch.
Yep.
When was this announced?
Just
Like
now.
this morning.
Oh, that explains it. Sick. On
I mean,
February
good, they'll
2nd
all
too.
be
Like
on-
it's soon.
Yeah, they'll all be on Switch.
That's awesome. Heck yeah.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see if they include Captain Spirit with the Switch one because it's a demo to show you the things, but if you play it and make choices in that, you can bring that save data over to Life is Strange 2, and the choices will affect the chapter that one tied into.
Mm.
Mhm.
All right. Old but still interesting. When Nintendo partnered with Thunderbolt Project, they had a black Mew on the merch, but never released the art digitally.
And now Did You Know Gaming has had that art recreated.
Interesting.
Dude, it's actually fire though, because it's got like a little thunderbolt too. Like
The
that's
good
such a
old but
sick,
interesting.
There it is.
like that's such a sick design.
That is pretty interesting.
No idea how they would have used it, but really cool.
All right. Rumors. So, PS5 Pro might just not happen. Like, people are more confident in the next thing that whenever Sony gets to it, it's just going to be the PS6. You know, whenever that is.
Yeah. But remember, these are all usually wrong. We'll cover the big one in a minute. Because they
Yeah.
like doing the slim or pros. Or they like doing both. Like
Mhm.
all the companies.
So, like, it's not that they won't do a revision. It's that they probably won't do a Pro. Because the only reason that Sony made a PS4 Pro was because of the influx of 4K and HDR technology. Like, the only reason that they would make something like a PS5 Pro is that if some kind of new media method came out that was super popular that would fit really well with the PS5 and wasn't already available. But they made it pretty future proof for the length of a console anyway.
True.
So that's like the
Yes.
reasoning behind.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like they had a PS3 Pro.
Yeah,
Kind of.
they've only made a PS.
They pulled the PS3 had not a pro, but it had 2 revisions.
Yeah, but revisions and a Pro model are two different
Yeah.
things. Because let's just go into the next line with it. This is related. So the new PS5 model that we talked about last week with the detachable disk drive and everything is rumored to begin mass production in April alongside the announcement of the model. So I guess we'll see about that in April.
You would think they'd want to start producing it before the announcement, but okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a choice.
Well,
One of the
it's
choices
not
of all
the
time.
it is not the worst choice they can make though. They could say it's available now.
What, when they haven't even begun production?
No, just tell all the retailers on stage, while you're actively announcing it, that it's available now.
He's making fun of Sega.
Ah,
Oh. Sorry, I don't pay attention to lame companies.
ouch. Poor Sega.
Poor
All they do is get
Sega.
everything wrong every time. uh,
L.
the first 2 hours of the Dead Space remake have leaked and are easily findable if you're into that.
Cool.
Let's see. Leaker for Marvel's Avengers confirms the game will announce it's closing down within the next few weeks following the firing of its lead game developer after racist old tweets were unearthed.
Whoa.
So,
Amazing.
honestly, I'm not surprised I didn't just shut it down anyway, because it's bad and nobody likes it. But, I mean, sure. It was going to happen sooner or later anyway, whether it's from poor performance or racism. It's
Apparently.
up to time, I guess. Let's see what else we got. Persona 6 and a Persona 3 remake reportedly far in development with reveals planned for this summer. Do you believe that?
Good. I mean, so I believe the sixth one. I not
It,
sure I believe Persona 3,
it
but
feels
I
weird for them to have
100% believe.
just re-released.
Well, no, I'm not against. I believe they would do that. People were like, "There's no way they'll do a revision of Catherine, right?" Or PC will get the revision of Catherine when it was announced because they gave them the regular one, and then like a little bit later they announced full body.
Mm,
But every little bit, every few months at least since I started playing Persona, there's always been there's a Persona 3 coming out remake.
They're finally
Like
gonna do it, guys.
it's just it's a really popular game, and the fact that there's two definitive editions makes it like an easy rumor of, hey, they're gonna make a definitive edition one that takes the content of the two definitive editions and puts them in one true game.
Interesting. Hmm.
But I honestly think we'll probably get Persona 6 announced, but also at least one more spin-off for Persona 5.
You think they were going to get a second one?
We have so Persona 4 had Arena Ultimax, Dancing All Night, and then the cast showed up and then they were kind of the front loaders for Q, but the cast of 3 was in all of those but dancing. And Persona Q you can pick if who will be the main cast, the P4 kids or the Persona 3 kids. Persona 5 has had a dancing game, Strikers, and they were the main cast of Q2. You didn't get to pick like P3 and P4 were also in that game, but it was obvious the Phantom Thieves were the main ones. So yes, I think there will be one more that at least takes the characters from Royal and does a sequel with them. What the spinoff will be, I don't know, but I think there will at least be one more just to get some more money off that popularity.
Mm.
Fair enough. New Tomb Raider game reveal coming this year.
I mean, obviously, since they want to combine the old stuff and the new stuff, and like there's 3 different Tomb Raider timelines, and they're like, no, we're gonna unify those 3 timelines as one thing.
Yeah, true.
I think a lot of this was supposed to be announced years ago, though, and then COVID really threw off all these schedules, and we're still dealing with the
Catching up,
after
yeah.
effects. Yeah, catching up to it.
Definitely agree on that one. All right, and last rumor that kind of leads into our finishing topic. Bloomberg sources say that Nintendo's to make more Switches during the next fiscal year compared to the current term. Which is a really bold move for a console entering its 7th year on the market, considering that basically every other Nintendo console ever has basically barely lived past 6.
Right. But
In the typical dev cycle, we should have already known about the next Nintendo console by now.
We did. I mean, because
let's
we
talk
knew
about
well in
this. This is
advance.
one I love talking about. They said, and they've stood by it, that they were going to redefine what a console life cycle means with the Switch. And this
That's true.
definitely points towards that. And
Yeah.
that's why they were like last year, they were like, we're halfway through the Switch's life cycle. So, based on that, I'm really hoping it points me towards more we'll see a Pro, if anything, than a sequel, a successor anytime soon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Although, if you believe the rumors, they're not doing a Pro either.
Well, the rumors I've stood by as just BS.
They don't know.
Like they're going to the next console because, like Grant said, we're at that time. If we were following a traditional life cycle, but we're definitely
Look, the only way they're going to another console is if they do like their handhelds and make it 100% backwards compatible. Because there's no reason otherwise. Because they have way too
not.
much momentum.
So yeah, maybe not like a jump from
like a
Wii U to
3DS.
Switch, but like
Yeah.
like the 3DS was going to be my example as well.
Yeah.
They have way too much momentum to not do.
I think they're a little scared to
Six-
try that again though because of the Wii to Wii U.
That's because that was not what they should have done.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically just do what everybody's wanting, but don't do what you did with the Wii U. It's that easy. Everybody
Switch
told
you.
everybody told you in excess what was bad about the Wii U, and everyone's told you why we need a Switch Pro. So literally just do what the internet is saying to do, and it's probably
Okay,
going to work out fine.
we'll make a deal with you. You can have a new Switch,
Sure.
like the new Nintendo 3DS.
Sure. It'll work.
New Switch.
Everybody see also the big difference is like the way technology is now is that most people just know how this stuff works. And honestly, a lot of companies expect you to know how this stuff works. I've thought about that a lot, how like basically there's just no instruction on how to use things anymore.
Well, that's true.
You're just kind of expected to know how to use things. Unless it's like a totally new tech thing. So
And even then, someone will release a version in like 2 years that will take out like half the steps you had on that tech.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I don't know. I think the marketing confusion's probably less of a concern these days than it was in 2011 or 2014.
Also, I would hope they've learned how to market it.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm of the opinion where we kind of need a Switch Pro. The Switch is great, and
But the
I'm not.
hardware was
I'm not gonna be.
outdated when
I'm
it
not gonna.
launched.
Yeah. I'm not gonna be able to be like my frames, but like, bro, if I get
And
motion sick from playing your stuff, like we need an upgrade. Like this is just not that good. And if you don't upgrade it, then either don't put out games that run like garbage or spend more time optimizing to where they run fine.
mm,
Most of the games are optimized, but I really don't want them to start being like the third party being like, oh, okay, we're still on the Switch, so let's switch to just cloud versions.
Yeah, so that's the biggest concern, right? If you don't provide an upgrade, then the third parties are either just going to stop again or they're going to start doing cloud version which nobody likes, and then the cloud versions are going to do poorly because nobody likes cloud versions,
or
and then they're going to stop. So
and
either one way or the other, to me, they're going to stop supporting.
the counter to the cloud versions is the same issue as when the Wii U was getting third party support and the games were coming out months later, which we're starting to see again.
Yeah.
Hogwarts Legacy, for instance, is coming out in what, June, and
I
it's
mean,
launching next
that's
month.
also for PS4 though. They
But
had to
that doesn't.
download that version.
Microsoft and Sony have versions that are going to be able to be sold, though. That's the thing. Nintendo does not.
Yeah, like it definitely shrinks the market. Like by how much is up for debate, but regardless, it's like going to impact sales because people that would have
Uh,
wanted it on Switch for the portability sake, but also really, really want the game overall, are probably going to buy it for PS5 or Xbox Series if they can.
Cameron, you're 100% right, except the Switch version was announced way later.
I didn't realize that it had been announced later.
Yeah. It was the last version to be announced, and it was way after.
But
Oh,
I mean, it carries
okay.
over to other things. There's a bunch of other games that are getting that same treatment, either like
Yes,
taking
exactly.
longer or getting a cloud version.
Hmm.
I would actually prefer the Switch versions not be 4 months, but be like a year or two. And then you usually see with that like way more optimized versions for the Switch.
Yeah, but by that point, you've totally lost your audience.
Kind
Oh,
of.
absolutely.
People around that time, people are usually willing to replay it.
Yeah, but
Kingdom Hearts.
now you're gonna have to pay full price a second time, which is a really hard bargain. Uh, and the only people that'll most likely do that are people that wanted the game, didn't really care that much, but now it's on Switch, so they'll go for it. But people that have already bought the game once, they're like, I don't want to pay another $60 for a game I
Mhm.
That's
already
fair.
paid 70 for
And
just to
it's
play it
on
portably when it's gonna
sale.
run significantly worse.
And it's on sale on that system right now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even if people don't own the game, they'll still complain that it's more expensive on the new system. Because we've seen that multiple times with some of the Switch port or the Wii U ports to the Switch.
Like I don't know. The Switch is only going to be hurting itself by not getting better hardware. At best, it's going to be able to maintain pace. I highly doubt that. Games are just continuously getting more complex, and this hardware clearly just can't. It just can't hang. And like, it's not the big deal if it's you know one like level lower in graphical image, like only 720 or something. But like when you start talking like drop frames and slow down and lag and 400p and like throwing around crazy stuff like that, that's when it's just like really desperate.
Hmm.
Which they're I mean the only reason they're doing it is because the Switch is such a huge platform, so it's worth the effort because you'll probably have at least decent sales numbers out
Well,
of it, but it discourages a
yes,
ton of people from buying it.
True.
which balances it out
Yeah.
because you're definitely going to make at least, especially with the fact that it's not as painful to port to the Switch as it was to the Wii U, you're going to make, at least most of your dev costs back. But you're not going to be doing that with, uh, you know, if the longer it's, failing to catch up.
Yeah. So with that increase in production, like, what do we expect to see? Do we expect to see like these issues continue to get worse? I kind of do.
Yeah,
And
if it's not a new Switch, it doesn't matter.
the length of time that it takes to get worse, or like the rate of degradation, I think depends on how good does Breath of the Wild 2 run. Because people
Because
already didn't real
like
like
how it ran on the
on the
Wii
first one.
U
Yeah,
or the
but
Switch, yeah.
it wasn't that bad, and it was such a good game that it was
So-
forgiven. But like, if it's worse,
I'm actually gonna
I get
give this
concerned.
opinion. I actually think Breath of the Wild 2 will run better than 1.
I hope so. I mean,
Yeah,
we
I mean, I hope so
saw
because-
too. I don't really know one
No,
way or the
because
other.
it will have been optimized for it by that team. So they already optimized, had to do that patch to optimize Breath of the Wild 1 for the.
Which helped only marginally.
It helped significantly in the forest though.
that's
mean, like,
true.
Yeah, cool. In the one area, it's a little better now, but from my experience, it was marginal. And like,
It's
that's not the point. Like, the point is like it came out like that, and it took a while. And yeah, it might be optimized now, and hopefully it is, given that it's in the same engine and everything. Like, I really hope your theory is right, because that's gonna, if it is good, like if this game comes out and it runs really well, looks super nice, and it's got just as good of a story as Breath of the Wild 1, then that like issue of degradation can be delayed longer than if it
but
comes out and is worse. But still, either way, you're only kicking the can down the road. It's just how hard you kick the can.
I kind of think the fact that we're back on cartridge though, it will still be a while. I'm on the train of we're still a few years out from a new console. But I kind of think we're going to see it be backwards compatible, whatever the next console is.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
the
I
amount of effort they put into actually setting up like an online service, I would hope that we can actually, continue using that service.
I would expect that, um, or I wouldn't expect, but I could easily see them making a Switch 2 that's essentially just more of the same thing with upgraded hardware but fully backwards compatible. Um,
Like a DSi.
yeah, kind of, but more better executed. Um,
So
like
not like a upgrade like the DSi was, but closer to the 3DS where it could play everything.
yeah, like it was a whole new system with new stuff on it. It wasn't just like an upgrade, but it's still the Switch, and I could
It
easily see that being the like what Nintendo meant by what they said of redefining the life cycle, because Nintendo was vague on everything. Like, they don't want you to know anything of what they're doing until they're ready to show you.
They are
So
definitely the most secretive
yeah,
of.
so I could totally see that path as like uh Nintendo's interpretation of what they were trying to say. It was something that's like just really vague, but it could fit anyway, and they said it because they didn't want you to
Mhm.
know. But then again, increasing production is expecting to see is expecting to see growth on the same platform with nothing but just like more of the same
Zelda,
stuff. Yeah, like new games and stuff. So it's a really
but
big business gamble.
mhm.
So I just hope it doesn't impact them too much, that it works out. All right. Well, that was a good discussion. It's biggest one we've had in a while.
Yeah.
For sure, for sure.
Definitely.
And I think with that, we're going to call it here. So thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, Spotify, Apple Podcast, youtube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Add us on Twitter at AllNightGamers with a K. And come back next week. We'll see you there. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.